Michelle here, Thrifting 101. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Glad you're stopping in. Today I have that 60% off Salvation Army haul and just one thing from Goodwill. Hope you enjoy. If you saw the last video, I said there was something at the Salvation Army that I went back to look for. Well, actually I went one day and I put it all in my cart. It was kind of expensive, and if I was going to keep it for myself, I would have paid that price, but I have no room for them. I was going to resell them, so I put it all in my cart and I took it all out of my cart again and went back the next day hoping that I would find it again 30% off. I couldn't find it anywhere. I kind of expected that would be the case anyways. I went back the next day or the day after that, and everything was 60% off, and here it was. Not all the pieces I originally found, but good enough for me. So this is what I got. They're Indiana glass Recollections. They were produced between, well, they started making them in 1976, only in amber, but they are a remake on the Federal Madrid pattern, which dates back to 1932 and 1939. It was called Madonna Blue. They reissued these, like I said, in 1976, but only in the amber, and it was marked 1976 on it, so that you could tell. These came back, these came about in about 1981, and I wanted to tell you that originally those plates, I've got 3 plates, were marked $2.99. I thought that was a little high, so I was able to get 60% off of that. And the bowls were marked $1.99. Not really bad to start with anyways. They're all in great condition. And I have 3 cups and saucers, and I paid $3 a set for these, and then again I had the 60% off. So I did really well. And there are a few things I can tell you to look for so you can identify the original Federal Madrid pattern from the remake Indiana Recollections. Well, first off, I'm going to tell you that if you find these in a beautiful teal color, you don't even have to look to see if they're old, because that was the only color that did not come in the original. And they were not made from the same molds, and there are a few things you can check to identify if they're the newer or older. I'm going to show you right here. If you see the inside of the handle, right here, it's got a rounded look to it. The older ones right here have a teardrop shape. So that's a good giveaway right there. And another way you can tell if they are old or new, I think it's best, I think I've showed you this before. Right here, the scroll on the rim does not reach the rim. It's actually about a 1/4 inch from the rim. The older ones go right down to the rim. So that's how you can tell the difference. This might not be a real good piece. Let me try one more piece. I think maybe you can see them better on the cake plates. Yep, there we go. Right there. You can see it doesn't come quite to the edge. The originals will. Anyways, I am going to ask $25 for the 3 plates right there. I'm going to ask about $15 for the 3 cups and saucers. And the soup bowls I have 2 of, and I'm going to ask about $18 for those. So not bad. I'm glad I waited it out. I saw this 2-quart casserole. It's made by Jeanette, glass baked. Glass baked is to Jeanette as Fire King is to Anchor Hocking, or Pyrex is to Corning. They all came about around the same time. They all competed for the same market. Anyways, this was originally marked, the bottom alone, $2.99, and the lid was marked 99 cents. So I did pass on it, but at 60% off, I snagged it right up. They're kind of hard to find with the lid. And I did want to mention a few things about Jeanette and Glassbake, because Glassbake was originally owned by the McKee Company, and they date back to the early 1900s, and they did not milk glass, but plain glass pieces. And then they became part of the Thatcher Company in 1951. Jeanette Glass acquired the company, in 1961, and they closed down in 1983. And if you find a piece of Glassbake that has a J on it, like this one does, you know it's Jeanette. If you find one without an E at the end, B-A-K, no E, you know you have an earlier piece. This probably dates to the mid-1970s, I would think. They tell me that they're hard to find with the lid, so I was glad I have the lid, and I'll probably sell this off for about $30 free shipping. This was my singular Goodwill find. I paid 69 cents for it. You can see right here it says Anchor Hocking. The back stamp right here dates it to the late 70s into the 80s. It does not say Fire King on it, although it is milk glass. It is in the Kimberly pattern. You see it has a really nice yellow-brown fade to it. They came in other colors too. I have a few somewheres. I don't think I sold them. I'm going to look for them. I know I have a green fade one, or did, and blue. They came in plain milk glass, and they came in orange. They came in peach lusterware. They came in a lot of different colors, actually. You can see this one's in really good shape, and I think if I can't find the other ones to sell them off as a lot, I could probably get about $4 for this couple of. This by far was the most exciting find of the day at the Salvation Army, as this is my largest purchase of a one-shot restaurant ware I've ever had before, and they're pretty plates at that. I have 19 of these dessert plates, that's what they're called, dessert or pie plates, and I have 2 of the side dishes or bread and butter plates. They're marked 59 cents each, and then I got 60% off of that, which means I got all the 19 plates for $6.65 alone. And they are Syracuse. You saw that on the back before, and the pattern is called Park Lane. It is in the Winthrop shape, and they made these between the 1950s and the 1960s. A lot of people refer to this pattern as Apple Blossom. It is not Apple Blossom. Apple Blossom is totally different. All of these plates are in great shape, and as we showed you before, the back stamp, I just want to show you again. They all have different marks on them. I pulled this one out to show you. You see a 9-1-I right there. And the 9-1 dates this piece to 1962, and the I dates it from between July to December. They all have a bunch of different back stamps on it. I did do one right here too. You can take a look at that. That's not the one I have in my notes. So let's put that down and move over to this one. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. It says 93A. That dates this to 1964. And actually the other one, I'm going to pull that back up because I was wrong. There is a back stamp right there. It's just a little hard to see. And that dates this one to 1965. And if you have Syracuse china or any railroad china or restaurant china, that's what they're called, you can get online and you can find all of these back stamps if you search hard enough, and you can figure out the dates. I am going to ask, I believe, $5 a plate for the larger ones, and $10 for the pair of 2. Great find. I saw this gorgeous piece, a sugar ball, lidded sugar ball. It's in gorgeous condition, no chips, no cracks, excuse me, for $4.99, and I did pass on it for $4.99, but it's 60% off the next day. I grabbed it right away. It's made by CG USA, that's what it says on the back. I did a little research, and that stands for China and Glass Distributors. And I'm going to turn this over slowly again. Let's see, I want to show you something here. You can see on the bottom it says warranted 22 karat gold. Warranted 22 karat gold means that it was plated in 22 karat gold. It has a lot of it on it actually, and none of it's rubbed off. I date that logo to about the 1920s. They did start using the warranted gold logo way back in the 1890s. I believe this is the 1920s or maybe even a little bit further on. It's in wonderful shape, like I said. I'm going to ask about $20 for it, and it doesn't have a pattern name, but the name of it is CGB2. Again, these have been sitting there for a while, and they were marked 99 cents. I kind of think they were probably from that huge lot of Butterfly Gold that I bought before. They had bought these out a couple days later. They're all in mint condition, but I passed on them. There's 9 of them at 99 cents. I did not pass up at them when they were 60% off at 39 cents. And they date to the 1970s. I'm going to ask, I think about $15 to $18, I believe, for all of them. They do have the saucers there. They were kind of expensive, so I'm gonna wait and see if they're still there and go on sale in the next few days. Scoop these up. They are Jasco little Lovekins candle holders. I paid 80 cents for both of them. One is 1976 and one is 1978. They're in great shape. And I found 2 of these before this year, and I think I sold one, and I think I still have one left. So I'm gonna go see if I have the other one. If I do, I'm gonna sell them off. I think it's a lot of 3 for about $15, and if not, I'm gonna sell these for 10, excuse me. I hope you enjoyed my 60% off Salvation Army haul plus my 1 item from the Goodwill. And I was out and about today, actually just a little while before I filmed this, and I ran into a really cool piece, like I mentioned in this video about glass bake. They're originally owned by McKee. Well, I found a piece of McKee glass bake that I've never seen before, and I'm really excited to show it to you in the next video. So I'll see you again in a few days. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, leave me a comment. Thanks again, and have a good night. I think I might go back because there was a few, Today, actually, I was out and about, excuse me, and I mentioned here,